Hi, welcome back to the channel and another diorama build. Today we'll be filling up this empty spot in my cabinet and make a Technodrome diorama for my NECA TMNT action figures. You see, in my previous videos I made a bunch of dioramas for the good guys, like the sewer lair and Donnie's lab. But to not let Shredder and his buddies feel left out, I decided it's their turn now. However, this time though I don't have a direct product that will serve as a reference, but it is a good excuse to dive into some old TMNT episodes to find some good examples of the Technodrome interior. And luckily I have found this old Technodrome computer. So let's fire it up and see what we can find. Okay, seems like it worked. We are locked in. So to keep things simple and avoiding to falling into a TMNT marathon, I decided to focus on the first 5 episodes. Those are my favorite anyways, and I remember seeing the inside of the Technodrome quite a bit. Browsing through the episodes I came across episode 4, the one with the neutrinos, where we see a wide view of the main portal room. And a few things were standing out. Of course the main portal, the computer console in the front of it, the big circle on the floor, these monitors and computers on the side, and these vents and lights on the ceiling. And of course all of the panels that are covering up the walls. And here is where I had my first design choice. You see, normally I would use foam to create the walls for my dioramas like I did in my sewer lair. It's easy to use, it's cheap, and the material is soft enough that you can carve into the foam to leave a mark. But since the Technodrome is so metal and machinery, foam didn't feel right, so I had to find something else. So for this diorama I experimented with this 2mm model making cardboard. It's easy to cut and it makes a better metal looking vibe. I also used this thicker black foam board and foam where needed. So let's see how far we can get with these 3 materials and let's get into it. I first thought of making the portal as big as my iPad so I could play animations as a background, but honestly I knew I wouldn't use that feature much. So I scrapped that idea and settled on a size that worked better. I cut out a piece of the thick XPS foam to form the main portal gate. To give the portal some extra dimension, I cut out a frame of the thicker black foam board. I also cut out some other pieces that will be covering up the inside and giving it a bit of a bluish color to match the cartoon show. I also placed this detail on top already. Next was giving the wall a black color to match the foam board, and it was time to add the panels. But first I needed to cut these out. I made a bit of a rookie mistake of cutting out all of the different shapes first, planning to lay them out like a puzzle. That meant I had to paint every single piece individually, including the sides, and there were a lot of pieces. Lesson learned for the other 2 walls. While this was drying, I made some simple lines with a glow effect that are seen throughout the walls in the cartoon, and printed these out on normal paper. I could just cut what I needed and place them between the panels on the wall. I also drew this panel with some markers to give it a bit of a cartoony look. The vibe of the Technodrome is starting to shine through, and I had to create a lot of other panels for the other 2 side walls, where this technique was just repeated. It was fun to puzzle with all the different pieces that I had cut out to make a pattern that would match the show. And here is how it looked after a while. Moving on! I thought it would be cool to have something on the top of both walls, so that they don't look so straight and the round shape of the Technodrome would be more present. Therefore I started to work on these 3 vents. For the inside I painted some thicker drawing paper and drew some lines and reflections with paint markers. I really like how this turned out. The different shades of grey and silver give it a nice cartoony vibe. Next was giving the ring some color and glue everything together. Now that the front is done, it's time to make the box shape. The piece needs to hang in an angle, so cutting some foam in the desired shape should do the trick. And closing it with panels where needed. I want to hang the vents, but I don't want to attach them permanently. So to achieve that, I basically made a sort of clipping system by making the top part slightly longer than the thickness of the wall, to then glue a piece of cardboard in a 90-degree angle. In this way the piece can hook behind the wall and hang. I can even slide it across the wall if needed or remove it. On the other side of the Technodrome there are these lights to be seen. So I basically did the same thing but in a different kind of shape. Cutting everything to length, painting it and making the box. Attaching some thinner strips of foam this time for the rings, and adding a light detail with a paper print. And this one is done as well. So now that we have the walls, it's time to look at some computers that are used in the Technodrome. This main computer panel in front of the gate is a must-have because there's quite some interaction with it throughout the episodes. And it looks like it's made out of 3 different parts: a bigger panel on the left, a lower section in the middle, and a floor control panel on the far right. So let's have a look to see what we can do. I started with making the shape into foam for some high definitions, before switching to the white model making cardboard. Cutting out all the small panel openings, yeah, that took way longer than I expected. But once I pasted on the printed tech bits and added color, it all came together very fast. And those colorful buttons really make it pop. In the reference, there is also a larger monitor on the side. This was relatively easy to do. For that I built a box shape using the black foam, cutting out 2 openings, one for the monitor and one for the vents. From there it was just placing a paper for the monitor, placing the panels on the side and top, and putting all the separate details into place. Now the Technodrome is full of computers that we actually don't know the purpose for, but then I remembered the episode about the mousers, and I was thinking, would it not be cool to add the assembly line where the mouses are constructed on? So looking back to the reference, I decided to merge a few things. The conveyor belt where the mouses rotate, the assembly station, a stamping device for their feet, and of course the computer screen where Splinter appears, or as Shredder calls him, Hamato Yoshi. The base of the conveyor belt is just a simple box with the black foam paper. The larger opening pieces are cut into shape using regular foam, as well as the conveyor belt itself. And of course giving everything a cool color that matches the other computers. When everything was dry, I just placed it on the base that I have created earlier. And I also made this little monitor where we see Splinter for that side computer. The most challenging part was the robotic arm, which is made out of different kinds of shapes that are made out of foam, glued together and giving it a nice greyish color. I just had to add this tiny little piece at the arm and then this one is done. Adding a bar on top is where I would imagine the robotic arm sliding over, so it can do its work on the mousers. And adding the computer screen on the side with Splinter makes this one finished as well. I think it looks super cool. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It is starting to look really cool, but we're missing a crucial thing to tie it all together, which is the floor. The floor is recognized by this big circle that is divided into slices, like a pizza so to say. First I had to figure out the size. And what better tool than a plate? I found one that was the perfect size and traced it. Painting was tricky. The reference shows a bluish purple tone, but since I already had those colors in the panels and computers, I went for a darker shade. It took me several layers because the paint didn't stick to the material at first, but in the end it worked out. I gave the circle a bright contrasting blue to make it pop, and adding darker lines with markers for more details in the circle, as well as the floor itself. These are hardly visible, but just enough to give it that extra bit of detail. Placing the floor into the cabinet really merges everything, and I love how the colors are working together. There's just one thing that I don't like so much, and that is how the walls suddenly stop at the edge of the cabinet. So after some puzzling, I decided to do this. To close the gap, I took inspiration from my sewer lair diorama, where I showed the underground earth on the outside of the cabinet. For this one, I wanted to show the outside of the Technodrome instead, where a lot of overlapping panels and raised squared elements are seen. It gives that cool mechanical look. I recreated that vibe on the other side and along the bottom strip. Next, I built a simple structure to help close the gap and hold the walls in place. It's just slightly longer than the walls, so when I press it into position, it wedges between the floor and ceiling, locking everything into place and covering up that front seam. The only magnets I end up using were for the bottom strip that hangs across the front, just to make that piece easily removable. The final step in this build is finishing up the main portal. It's still missing some key details. First up are the generators at the base. I made these from foam, cutting them at an angle and varying the thickness to give them a bit more character. Then I painted them in the same blue as the portal frame and added some highlights using markers to bring out the depth. Next I added these side pieces, also made from foam. They were super easy to attach and helped break up the silhouette a bit. Honestly, it's tempting to keep on going with the details. It's just so satisfying to add more. But the one thing I really wanted to include were these side tubes. They throw off the symmetry just enough to make the whole design feel more dynamic and alive. These are just simple PVC pipes that I painted and added silver straws as the thinner tubes and glued them into place, finishing up with this detail. Okay, at this point I think it is a good time to see what we have made so far and to take a look at all of the individual pieces. So let's take a look, and we start with the... This is a bit awkward. Subscribe? Okay, well, I guess this is a good time to subscribe if you haven't done yet. It will help the channel grow, and also a like is highly appreciated. It will also give me some sort of indication to see if you like this type of stuff. I like to make it, so I would like to continue making this and these type of videos. And then we can continue with what we have so far. So we start with the main portal gate, continuing by the walls. Then we have all of our computers, the lights and vents for the ceiling. These are the wall elements that are covering up the cabinet. Oh, and I actually forgot to film one thing, which is this energy tower. This is just made out of a kitchen paper roll and covered up with some foam. And these are different backgrounds printed on normal paper for the main portal gate. Now that we have all of the pieces, let's put everything in place and check the final result.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
I am so curious what you think about this diorama and this type of video. First of all, I had a lot of fun making this diorama. I think it looks super cool underneath the sewer layer, and for myself I have learned some new techniques that I can use in future builds. But I also like to make these type of videos, and I have maybe put a little bit too much time into it. But you know how it goes, one idea leads to another, and before you know it, you're in this video making rabbit hole. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about the diorama, what you think about the video, which diorama you would like to see next, or whatever you want to ask. I try to reply to everything. And of course, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell notification so that you get notified for future uploads. I guess this is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. We don't need this anymore. Whew. What is next?